Hey everybody, Dr. Oliver here for backintelligence.com, and today we're going to talk about stress and its relation to back pain. If you haven't done so yet, click on the subscribe button below. We got a lot of great videos on YouTube, and we're always coming out with more. I think one of the main contributing factors or the reason people come into my office and people are in pain actually has to do with stress. Stress is a really important thing to understand, and it contributes heavily to people's pain. So let's dive into this a little bit. Why would stress contribute to people's pain? So what happens when our body is stressed is we go into a stress response. One hormone that is secreted is cortisol. Cortisol has many functions in our body, but one of the functions it does when we're stressed is to increase muscle tension. And it's there for a reason. It's actually a good reason, right? So if we're stressed, say we're getting chased by a lion or something like that, we need our muscles to act quickly and effectively to get us out of that situation. So cortisol is there and it functions for a good purpose. And if we get a sudden spike of cortisol to get us out of that stressful situation, totally normal and totally good for our body. The problem becomes in today's society, we're experiencing spikes of cortisol or spikes of stress hormones, and then we stay there. We never drop back down. We're stressed about deadlines for work. We're stressed about our commute. We're stressed about our kids. We're stressed about everything. So people live in this heightened state of stress. So they're constantly secreting these hormones. And when you secrete cortisol, you're going to have increased muscle tension. So that muscle tension just doesn't drop away, it stays up. So in a bad scenario, in modern society, when people are living in these high stress states, they're constantly secreting these hormones, they're constantly staying stressed, and their muscle tension just stays there. So they develop abnormal muscle tension. And you'll feel these people, you'll feel their backs, and they just hold all this stress. So increased stress, increased cortisol, increased muscle tension, increased pain. It goes hand in hand. So it's really important if we can figure out ways to reduce this or get us out of this stressed state as quickly as possible. So there's multiple studies that back this up. So you see that increased stress, you see that increased cortisol, you see that increased muscle tension, increased pain. And what these studies are demonstrating is that even if you have an acute episode of pain, let's say, and you're under a stressed state at that point, that may cause it to develop into chronic pain. So it's really important to analyze. It's really important to address these stress levels and try to reduce them. There's a variety of ways to do this. Some of the most common ones are meditation, yoga, therapy is a good one for people, just simple breathing techniques. But recognizing that you're in these stress states, I think, is probably the most important thing. And if you can recognize it, hopefully you can effectively deal with it and get yourself out of it. So again, your stress response is a good response. It's there for a reason. You know, when we wake in the morning, we see an increased cortisol spike, which is good, get us going for the day. When we exercise, we see increased cortisol. But again, those are spikes, and then they go back down. We just don't want to be up and maintaining those levels of hormones. Increased cortisol levels are associated with increased heart disease, decreased sleep, increased weight gain. There's a variety of factors that go along with it, not just pain. So it's really important to recognize this and try to get out of it as best you can. So again, find a technique that works for you, whether it's a simple breathing technique, whether it's a simple meditation, whether it's yoga, whether it's going to a therapist, whether it's reading, whether it's going for a walk, whether it's exercise. Find something that you can do to reduce your stress hormones, and you may find your chronic pain or your acute pain episodes diminish significantly.
All right, thank you for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please give us a like as well as subscribe to this YouTube channel for more videos just like this. Now, if you'd like to get 3 video exercises that we've done with Dr. David Oliver that will help you to correct some of that forward head, those rounded shoulder, that kyphosis that we're all suffering from today because we're looking down at our phones, we're hunched over our computers all day. So these exercises are meant to correct your posture. So if you'd like to get them, they're completely free. There's going to be a link to get them somewhere here on the video or down below in the description. Just go to that page, enter your email, and we'll send you those videos right away.